So you met your girlfriend who you had never seen before in real life there.
In Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite the experience.
It's quite the experience.
Last night I had a dream about you. In this dream I'm dancing right beside you, and it looked like everyone was having fun. The kind of feeling I waited so long. Don't stop, come a little closer as we jam. The rhythm gets stronger. There's nothing wrong with just a little fun. We were dancing all night long. The time is right to put my arms around you. You're feeling right, you wrap your arms around you.
We are all just people, and we have that in common. And I hope that some people will want to share that experience with me today.
What to do about this dream and you? I wish this dream comes true.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
What's your name?
My name is Dexter, man.
Dexter, cool name. Tell me about your life, Dexter. What's happening? What's going on right now?
What's happening is I just moved to this place from Copenhagen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When did you do that?
In the summer. But now it's summer again, so I lived
Okay.
here in a couple months.
So it's not all that new anymore.
Not all that new.
No.
What are you filming for? From TikTok or
Oh, it's just for YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice,
What do you think about Aarhus? Do you like the
I think
place?
it's a great city.
Yeah.
It's chill and nice people, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How is it different from Copenhagen?
I think Copenhagen is always in Copenhagen. There's something going on and just
Yeah.
too much sometimes. But over here it's just chill and calm, you know. So
Do you think it's too much in Copenhagen?
I mean it's nice, of course, but a little stuff happening over there, always. And
Is
over
it
here,
hard to be calm and like relaxed when there's so much
Yeah.
happening around you?
I would say that.
Do you think you need a
Break, yeah.
yeah? You
something
need
that.
like an environment where
I think it's great to live here because it's a good environment just to chill and have a great time with some nice people, you know.
yeah. Why not live like near the beach then in a small cabin? Like, is that too little then?
Nah, that could be nice, but when I'm young, I just wanna have fun, you know.
Yeah.
Like the people back of the camera, they also wanna have fun.
Yeah.
And
What do you like to do when you have fun, Dexter?
with my friends, you know,
Yeah.
chill and have a fun time.
Yeah. Something specific you guys do, or you just mess around?
Just mess around.
What's the favorite place in Aarhus? Where do you like to go?
Agge, what's the favorite place in Aarhus?
I think it's AGF Stadium, Sales Park.
Oh, I would not say that.
No, you don't agree?
No.
Why? Why not?
I'm a Copenhagen fan, but you know, I'm staying neutral in this place because there's no Copenhagen fans over here.
You don't like that kind of conflict. Are you into like soccer yourself, or?
Yeah, I love football, not soccer.
Okay, football. I'm sorry,
Yeah, it's alright, it's right.
but you don't like the fighting over the teams or what?
I think if they want to fight, they should fight, but because I mean, if they want to fight, they should fight, but as long as it don't go over to people that don't want to fight.
Yeah.
If
So
they
like
wanna
consensual fighting is okay.
Of course, I
Yeah.
don't think fighting is okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, if the police say they don't want to fight, they fight. Altså de slås jo alligevel.
Yeah. They fight anyways. Yeah.
They fight anyways.
Do you think like we are all free to do like what we want with our lives? If people want to fight, let them
Yeah.
fight, or?
No, I would not say that. Yes, because if they want, they can. But I think it's illegal. But as long as they don't go. Nu snakker jeg lidt dansk, selvom jeg fik 7 i engelsk.
Yeah. It's
As
cool,
long as
man.
they don't go over to people that don't want to fight and do the things they want, it's okay. to
Yeah.
say. As long as
Yeah.
it doesn't go over to them.
Is it like martial arts when people they fight? It's because they want to. Nobody's forcing
Yeah, I
them
think a lot of them that fight for football, in general, I think they play MMA and stuff.
to. Yeah.
Boxing, yeah, they do. They train
Oh,
that.
wow.
I think it's crazy, but
Yeah. You probably shouldn't bring that outside of the.
No.
of the
hey,
gyms.
yeah,
Oh, whoops.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you're having like a bad day, Dexter, I don't know if that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you have something nice you like to do for yourself? Like how do you take care of yourself?
I
Like-
go over and train. And
Yeah.
run. I think it's good for the mental because that's the best thing you can do. Just get your feelings and what can you say, your thoughts away
Yeah.
when you do that. And be with your friends. I would say it's a good thing in your family. The best thing you have in life, just if you have problems or that, you could just be with them. Have a great time. I think that's the most important thing you can do.
Yeah, for sure. So when you work out, you feel the thoughts go away
Yeah,
and
I
you
would
feel
say that.
calm. Yeah.
I would say everybody that do that, I think the thoughts go away with that.
Yeah.
One of the best things you could do.
And being with friends and family. Do
Yeah.
you combine them sometimes? Do you work out with your friends and family
I work
too?
out with my friends. I would
Okay.
say not my family, but
No, why not?
sometimes I take my little brother with me.
Oh, that's your brother?
That's my little brother.
Oh, cool. You work out together?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
A little bit, but more with my friends, I would say.
Yeah. Do you have any goals in life, Dexter? Is there anywhere you want to be, like, see yourself in, like?
I would say I want to get rich, of course, but I want to get rich in a way I'm happy with to do every day. Get up. I don't know really what I want to be, but I'm gonna find that out someday. But I'm trying to know what I want, but it's really hard
Yeah.
to know what you want to do in your whole life.
Yeah.
Say that.
You said get rich the right way. Like, what is the right way? Is there a wrong and right way? to
No,
do
no,
it?
not a wrong way. I would just say I want to get rich in a way that I'm happy to get rich in.
Yeah.
Like do
So
a
you
thing.
can sleep at night.
Yeah,
Like-
just do a thing you love to do.
Yeah.
And if you can get rich with that, I would say that's really nice thing. I would say.
Yeah.
Just get up every day and be happy with what you're doing. That's the most important thing. Don't want to waste my life with doing something I don't want to do. I think that's just an unhappy life, I would say.
Yeah.
Do
For sure.
some things I want to be happy with and have with my family and friends. I would say that's the most important thing you can do every day and get up and be happy about what you're doing. That's
That sounds like a healthy mindset.
Yeah, of
Dexter.
course.
Yeah.
I want
Sure.
to get I want to find that happiness.
Do you feel like you're like a positive person? Like you?
Yeah, I'm trying to be a positive person the most I can. That's a really big goal. I just trying to be the most positive person I can
Yeah.
ever be. I think that's a really good thing to be.
That's awesome, Dexter. Like,
Yeah.
thank you so much for talking
course,
to me
man.
today.
course,
Anything
man.
else you want to share with the
I
world?
want to
or?
share with the world. Believe in yourself. That's the most important thing you can ever do. Believe in yourself. That's what I want to say to the world.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Have a nice day. What's your name?
My name is Søren.
Then nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Thank you for talking to me today.
Yeah.
What's happening in your life these days, Søren?
Oh.
Like, what's going on?
A lot of things. Really much. I my life is way too excited. So
Too exciting.
yeah, too exciting.
Oh, no.
yeah. So I am about to move soon, and I really don't. I'm not that good with numbers in English, but it's 5 years old, and I think for the first time in my life, I think it's like, I don't know if it makes sense, but it's like everything is up for grabs.
Yeah.
Like I really don't have, like, I am educated. I have in the healthcare system. I've worked in the hospital, specialized many years. But yeah, I don't know. I just have some dreams that I've thought of, and like now when I'm moving, I don't really know where I'm moving, and I'm also Christian. Like, so I know that God has a plan for me, and also like specific, and I have I kind of know the area, but I have no idea. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I have no idea what tomorrow is going to bring, and I think like a lot of people have that, but
Yeah. Do you like that feeling? Is it a nice feeling, or is it a scary feeling, or?
I think right now it's a little bit too much. If I may be honest, yeah.
So maybe you would prefer a little less stuff going on, maybe, or
Yeah. I think like I can look at people and think like, you wake up, you go to work, you go home, you go to the same work next day, like, and the last, there will be way more. You don't have the time to hear like my story, but like the last year, there's happened so much like crazy stuff. I had just one of the things was I were in a relationship with a girl, pretty serious, and that could be hard enough, but that was like she was from the other side of the globe.
Oh, really?
So that was like really intense.
How did you guys meet then?
We met on a Christian dating app, and it was like kind of like a crazy story, and all of my people from my work back then, my family and my friends, they were like this is crazy, and they were like holding their breath, and they were like every time I went to work, people were like, what's up with the girl from Canada, and what's happening, and actually we started this, and people like always respond to this like, really, this was crazy, but we were actually like together as a couple for 5 months before we actually met, like really? First time in and she's from Canada, and we met on like kind of like a place, so we went to Mexico for the first time. I traveled across the globe 2 days, like so many like 2 or 3 layers, I think, 2 days, and I'm like there at the hotel, and there's this woman that I love her, she loves me, and we know everything about each other, but we haven't met, and it was just like the most intense like week in my life in Mexico there.
Must have been like a movie almost.
Yeah,
crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And all my I've never been so like so like popular, not like popular, but like my friends are like texting me all the time, and like send some pictures what's going on, like this is insane. And my cousin, we kind of like raised like brothers, he said to me like he was almost like holding his breath, because he was like, this is like insane, and this is really, really nice, and I can see Søren's really happy, but if this goes wrong, this is also like a clash. Yeah,
but they cared for you. It was out of love, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
They just wanted the best for you.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's sweet. So how did you communicate these 5 months, like before you met? Was it like calls or texting?
It was like calls and texting, and it was kind of like it's she lived in Vancouver, and so it's 9 times times difference.
Yeah, sure.
So it would be early in the morning or in the evening. And it was kind of like this when we first started talking. It was like she was like, oh, I don't know if this is like something serious, and I was a little bit disappointed, but then we talked, and it was like when you talk with your best friend, and it's like you just want to say hello or good night, and then like 5 hours goes ahead, and you are way too like late to bed. And it's just like after a month we talked, and we hadn't put a label on it. She just said, and I remember this like so gnarly, she said like one night, and I had been on, it was Friday night, I had been out running, and we was talking, I was sitting, I remember, with a glass of wine and some a snack, and then she says, we're talking on video call, she says, I have looked at some Danish words like I want to say to you, and I in my head I just think like, we Danes, we say like something like "grød med fløde." It can be even for us hard to pronounce, but she says like, she says, "Jeg elsker dig," which mean I love you in Danish, and I was just like, I didn't knew what to, I was just like, okay, that's very sweet of you, but I before that, a week before that, I kind of like also thought to myself, okay, I think I have feelings for her now, but so it wasn't that far away from me, but still like crazy
It
shock.
sounds like something you'll remember for the rest of your life. Like it's a
exactly.
big moment. Was
Yeah.
that in Mexico or was it?
No, that was like
Just before you met each other in
that
real
was,
life.
Yeah, that was like
Wow.
after 1 month
Okay.
talking, and then like after like,
Yeah.
and after that talk, we kind of put a label on it, and
Yeah.
then 4 months
Yeah.
later we met in Mexico.
So
in the summer.
you met your girlfriend who you had never seen before in real life. There.
in Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite the experience.
It's quite the experience, and
Yeah.
that was like, I say to my best friends and people who know like the whole story, what happened. I say that, this has been like an adventure which turned into like a nightmare, and a lot of things happened. But she had like just great mom. She was a lone mom. She had like she had like 4 kids, and one of them like home with Jesus. She's also a Christian, and like one of the kids were like multi-handicapped, and she raised them by herself. And I'm good with people. I'm good with kids. I'm kind of like what we would say like a likable person, I think. But I just trusted too much in myself. I was like, of course I can just jump in and be like a stepdad, and like to like a teenage son, and the distance. I after Mexico, the next half year I was home and working a lot, and then a month ago, and I took over to visit her, and back home just working. Just the only thing I was thinking, I remember like my best friends and we were together a whole weekend. We had some times, and that was something that I usually would enjoy and look forward to, and just remember this feeling like, I couldn't even like focus on it. And so kind of like a half a year goes by like that. I'm over at her place in Vancouver.
It's always on your mind.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly. So yeah, and after half a year about that, in December I actually moved over to her. Like that's also like kind of like an insane story, but I kind of like just overnight I just couldn't stand it anymore. Just like I lived with 2 friends, and kind of like we just knew each other, and I just I said I've paid for this apartment, and I kind of like just and called my best friend. It was like in the night, and like, can you come and take some of my stuff? I'll put it in some bags, and just made some like quick cleaning, and then I went in the night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then you just left.
I just left.
Maybe you had enough of all this stuff in your mind. Like now
Exactly.
something has to happen.
Exactly. And I just had to be with her, and I just had to like say to her like, we have to kind of like make this happen, or like we have to make this happen, or we have to like stop it.
It's probably a good thing that you just acted instead of going another year with that on your mind forever. Like,
Yeah.
So how long ago was this?
This was like a year ago, year and a half. Yeah. And then like after I went there to live there, there's kind of like that's the first. You've got the first of the story, and there's kind of like what happened like half a year then later until like it ended, and it's like that's even more crazy. And I would love to give it to you, but like I'm I actually have a friend
for sure.
who's like I think it's like,
But it's been a wild ride. Like, you've been on a wild ride, and you mentioned earlier. You said that now everything is up in the air, and you have some dreams.
Yeah.
What are those dreams like?
It's both like personally and like also like in the work area, and first of all like being where Jesus wants me to be. But I know that I have some gifts to like teach. I've also worked in a short period at a Christian boarding school, we would say after school in Denmark. And I really love, I think like teaching is art, and I like teaching kids or teaching people something and you can just see that just snaps, and you can just see like, okay, maybe a lot of people have tried to teach me this, but now I get it. And remember, it was just like an internship. It was very like 3-4 months. But some of the kids, it was like in 9th grade, they said to me, and they said to some of the other teachers, they said like, now that he's teaching, we actually like, it's exciting to be in class. And that was like, my heart. So that's, teaching.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Teaching. Awesome. And then, I kind of like also like envy you a little bit. I think this is awesome. Like communicating with people. I love talking to people. People call me, my friends call me, they say sometimes, you would be glad if you were a little bit more like introvert. And, like it's a time today where we talk a lot about introvert and extrovert, but I really love people and talking to people. And
No, you're a great storyteller. Like you're
Thanks.
good at expressing yourself. For sure. Yeah. It's really. But like anything else you want to say to the world before you go to your friend, or?
I would say if this is going on the air, I would say to you watching, I would say, like Jesus loves you, and and be nice, and follow your dreams. And if you like to talk to people, like make a YouTube channel.
All right, great. Yeah. Thank you so much, Stan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
you
been
too.
a pleasure.
You too.
Yeah.
Bye.
You have a nice day.
You too.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Alex.
What's up, Alex? What's happening in your life these days, Alex?
I just got home from work, working on a ferry. The last 5 days. Now I'm going home to my fiance.
What is it like working on a ferry?
I don't know. Kind of chill, I guess.
Kinda chill?
What are you doing?
I'm just sitting here trying to talk to people. It's nice in the shade. It was pretty rough getting this down here, so I'm actually enjoying taking a break now. Yeah.
Okay. Where are you from?
I am from Denmark. I just keep it in English.
Okay.
So like, yeah.
Are you live somewhere?
No, it's actually just for a video, like for
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just talking to people, hearing what's up.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything you're dreaming of in life, Alex?
Like, I don't know. Not working so much.
Yeah.
Just taking a break, maybe.
Think you're working too much?
I don't know. Not really. But I like not working,
What do you like to do when you're not working?
Being in the moment, like just being around people. I like that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Kind of like this.
Yeah.
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 This is like being in the moment,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Is there like a specific way that you like to be in the moment?
Listening to music.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Like concerts or
Yeah.
Spotify? Yeah.
Both.
Been to any great concerts lately, or?
No, actually. I'm going to Fred again later this summer, but not anything like recent.
Yeah.
So
What about festivals? Like
yeah, I am going. Fred again is for what's it called? Syd for Solen, I guess, in Copenhagen. Holy shit!
That's interesting. Yeah. What do you like about music? Like go to concerts and stuff.
Yeah, the vibe, the people. Like, I don't know. I'm up for moshing and stuff. Not to hurt people, just to like rage, I guess.
Like to lose yourself in the moment.
Yep.
Like when you're just slamming into people, that's
Yep.
kind of a moment thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have like a favorite? I feel like when it comes to moshing, like it varies a lot from like genres. Like heavy metal moshing is kind of different from like hip hop moshing. Do you
Yeah.
feel the same way, or
Yep.
is it just me? Or
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very different. Like I think hip hop moshing is It's actually more violent than the than heavy metal moshing. Not gonna lie.
No, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I do. Like
People are very angry.
I'm actually more scared at hip hop concerts than
Yep.
metal concerts.
Yep.
When I go to a metal concert, if I have tried falling down, there will be a big bearded man to pick you up.
Yep. That's very true.
I'm not sure if I have that at the
No.
the hip hop concerts.
No. But bro, it was nice talking to you. I have to get home.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, is it
Enjoy
cool
it.
if I use this for you too?
Sure. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, you have an awesome day, man. Yeah.
Undskyld, jeg spørger dig om noget.
Ja, helt sikkert.
Ja, fordi vi har, jeg er formand for Indvandrerradio.
Ja.
Vi har radio, laver nogle gange interview ud for studio.
Ja.
Og så er det jo nu skal jeg gå.
Ja, har du lyst til at være med?
Yes.
Hvad hedder du?
Jeg hedder Walid Zahir.
Ja, hyggeligt at møde dig.
Tak i lige måde.
Ja, hvad får du tiden til at gå med? Tiden i dit liv?
Jeg er formand for Indvandrerradio, plus vi lige nu har meget travlt angående de skier i Gaza. Så jeg er med at arrangere de forskellige demo, eller sådan nogle forskellige aktiviteter her i Aarhus og Main. Og så nogle gange jeg deltager i noget socialt, ikke, eller nogle debataften, sådan. For det er meget aktiv politisk og socialt.
Så har I gæster inde, som I interviewer, eller snakker I internt, eller hvordan
vi har
programmet?
Angående Indvandrerradio, vi har nogle forskellige redaktioner. De sender på omkring, jeg tror, vi har 13 sprog. Arabisk, persisk, og så det er nogle også fra Ukraine, de sender på deres sprog. Også det er nogle fra Azerbaijan, ikke? Så, og vi har turkisk, og nogle andre, som jeg kan ikke huske alle sammen nu, men vi har flere forskellige redaktioner, og de bruger Voice Studio, som ligger ude i Gellerup. Hvis du kender Bliksen, vi har Voice hovedkontor lige over Bazar Vest. Ja, lige over for Bazar Vest.
Det er der, I sidder og optager? Eller?
Ja, vi har studio der, vi optager der.
Ja. Hvordan, hvad fik dig sådan ind i at lave radio? Eller hvordan startede du med det? Eller?
Vi startede med det, for det kommer ud, angående flytning eller indvandrere, som interesserer os som eller dem med etnisk baggrund, og de kan ikke sprog, eller de følger ikke med, eller de kan ikke læse dansk, ikke? Og så vi sagt, det vil være godt, hvis vi går det også på deres små, forklare dem, så de forstår det bedre. Jeg siger, det ældre generation, ikke det unge generation, for det er dem, de kan søge om hjælp, de kan læse frem selv, ikke, uden at have brug for hjælp, og de følger med dansk media, de læser aviser, alt muligt. Men det ældre generation, det var mere svært for dem, fordi de har ikke lært sprog, og de kan ikke...
Ja. Så det er for at have en lidt mere åben snak omkring det?
Ja, for vi mener, det er vigtigt, at når man bor i et nyt samfund, ikke, at man lærer de kulturer at kende, også at man følger med, hvad det sker. Og for også flere, de vil gerne ud et hjælp, ikke, men de ved ikke, hvad de skal gå. Og så også for, at man har den baggrund, hvad er det vigtigt for deres barn, hvordan de kan hjælpe dem, hvad det sker ligesom uden for hjemmet, ikke? Så de kan følge med.
Ja, altså har det været en god oplevelse at lave det her radio, eller har der også været nogle bump på vejen, eller hvordan? Eller?
Ja, det har været sjovt, fordi vi har brugt det ligesom forum også for, at man bliver integreret, fordi vi kommer fra forskellige lande og forskellige kulturer, ikke? Så det bliver vores hovedsprog, ligesom det dansk, ikke? Så på den måde også man bliver trænet selv ind i det. Også at man lærer, når du lærer andre kulturer, du kan spejle din egen kultur, så du lærer hele tiden noget, ikke? Så jeg tror, det har været sjovt. Ja.
Hvor lang tid har I været i gang med det? Er det et nyt projekt? Eller?
Nej, det er lang tid. Vi har eksisteret siden 90 her i Aarhus, ja.
Det er langt. Siden 90?
Ja.
Wow, okay.
Og vi fortsætter med det. Men lige nu, for det kommer til nyt teknologi, ikke? Ind og så også angående social media og alt det. Så vi er også interesseret i, hvad man kan bruge det bedst. Og vi har nogle, for eksempel, de sender også på radio, men også de interesserer sig for at lægge deres udsendelse på YouTube, på Facebook, der hvor også det er nogle unge mennesker, man kan nå frem til dem. For de fleste unge mennesker, jeg tror, det er på sociale medier. Og man skal ligesom lære at bruge de sociale medier, hvis man skal nå dem.
Så det er meget et forsøg på ligesom at nå ud til de unge med det her radio og sådan noget.
Ja.
Hvad håber du på, at de unge ligesom får ud af jeres program så? Eller hvad?
Jeg håber, at de unge også, de kommer selv med nogle forslag, de kommer deltage selv, og fordi de unge, de er mere erfaring, og de har nogle andre metoder, end de måske vi har i forvejen, ikke? Og vi kan lære meget fra dem, ikke? Og måske de går det kortere angående lige nu. Alt det, de sker, for eksempel de med, hvad de kommer ud fra det forskellige ministerium, og hvad man ligesom, de kan lære også, de ældre, ikke? Hvad man kan skrive til avis, hvis man har klar, hvad man skal gå, alle de her spørgsmål, ikke?
Det lyder som et spændende projekt. Ja, helt sikkert.
Ja,
så det bruger du meget. Det lyder som om, der går meget af din tid med det i dit liv. Eller sådan, det er en stor del af dit liv.
Ja, det følger meget. Også når du arbejder, jeg kan lide at arbejde med mennesker. Det har været min interesse hele tiden. Det med mennesker, ikke? For det hvad jeg skal sige, for det man bliver selv udfordret. Selvom jeg er selv pædagog uddannet, ikke? Du har ikke en fuldfærdig recept, hvad jeg skal sige, at du kan bruge til alle mennesker. Ja.
Alle mennesker er forskellige,
ja. Nu de virker med den ene, men den anden, du skal bruge andre metoder, eller hvis du skal nå frem, du skal finde på noget andet, ikke? Og derfor man bliver ligesom udfordret hele tiden. Og det jeg kan lide det.
Er det udfordringen ved at arbejde med mennesker, at man skal tilpasse sig hele tiden, eller til forskellige mennesker, eller?
Ja, at man bliver ligesom, at man udvikler sig hele tiden, ikke? Ja. Og derfor man føler ligesom den glæden, lev til glæden, eller hvad jeg skal sige. At, ja.
Man bliver nødt til at møde hvert menneske, ligesom at kigge dem i øjnene. Det kan være svært nogle gange. Så
fordi du ved ikke, du åbner dør, men du ved ikke, hvad du er mod. Hvilken, Jeg
er nødt til lige at modtage lidt først, så man ved, hvad man skal sende derud af.
Det er rigtigt.
Men det kan vel også være lidt svært, hvis man har et radioprogram, fordi der snakker man jo meget til verden, og verden snakker vel ikke så meget tilbage så ofte, eller
Nej.
Men får I noget feedback nogle gange, eller nogen, der...
Ja, vi prøver nogle gange at lave nogle statistik, ikke? Hvor vi sender nogle ud til at spørge folk, hvad det er sådan som udsendelse, hvordan vi kan gøre det bedre, hvis det er sådan, at de har nogle forslag, ikke? Og vi får positive reaktioner fra de fleste, ikke? At de er glade for de udsendelser, vi laver, ikke?
Det lyder som et dejligt projekt. Er der andet, du har lyst til at sådan, fortælle til verden ellers i dag?
Nej, jeg tror, det er nok.
Det kan de høre i radioprogrammet.
Ja, det kan det. Fordi det følger meget lige nu. Det er politisk og alt muligt, det sker i Gaza. Jeg håber, at det bliver våbenhvile, og det bliver stoppet, og det bliver fred dernede, så man...
Der må også være nogle tunge dage i studiet nogle gange, hvis man snakker om nogle lidt hårde ting, kan jeg forestille mig.
Ja, for det er lige nu Voice, hvad jeg skal sige, selvom man har glædet sig for, at man forbedrer, at man taler om klima, om miljø og alt muligt, så lige pludselig kommer alt det her krig ind. Rusland invaderer Ukraine, det sker i Gaza, mellem palæstinenser og israeler, og det følger mere. Og folk begynder ikke, for det var vigtigt, at vi bruger de penge eller de ressourcer, vi har på skole, hospital, alt det her. Ikke vi begynder at tænke rustning, våben, alt muligt. Så vi har glemt alt som godt for mennesker. Og vi begynte liksom på Voice henne at vi vil ødelægge alt, vi har booket, ikke?
Men mange tak for at sidde og dele dine tanker med mig her i dag. Det var en fornøjelse.
Tak for dig, det var
Ja.
godt.
Hello. Hi. What's up? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What is your name?
Hi, I'm Daniel.
Hi, Daniel. What's going on in your life lately?
Well, right now I'm a university student
Mm-hmm.
in Copenhagen.
In Copenhagen, yeah. What do you study?
Computer science and engineering. It's my master's degree. And right now it will be the intensive courses starting next week. So me and my girlfriend came here to Aarhus for 2 days.
Just to take a break before it gets crazy? or-
Yeah.
Do you enjoy your studies? Or what do you enjoy about them?
I guess it's interesting. I can choose my own courses and get courses what I enjoy and want to study, not like my bachelor's in which I had to study what they said I need to study.
You like making your own choices?
Yeah.
Like choosing to sit down here today, or?
You look really lonely.
Oh shit! Thank you then. Yeah. So you didn't do it for yourself, but for me.
Well, I was curious what will happen if I sit down.
Do you consider yourself like an empathetic person or more like a curious person?
I'm definitely a curious person.
Okay. Have you always been like that? You think, or
Yeah, I guess.
how else in your life has your curiosity taken your places, or?
Well, it took me to Denmark. I wanted to do my master's degree, but I either did it home in Hungary or did it somewhere else abroad, and yeah, Denmark looked like a cool place, so I decided to come here.
Yeah. How's that decision worked out? Do you enjoy that decision, or?
Yeah, Denmark is a really cozy place. People here are really nice. The language is a bit, let's say, weird. I'm currently not studying it intensively, just getting it start to get it know better with Duolingo, but
It is a pretty hard language to learn. Yeah.
yeah.
I feel bad for you. Yeah. So you think it's cozy here? Is it not cozy in Hungary, or how's that different?
It's a lot more green here and in Copenhagen as well than in Budapest, the capital of Hungary. Yeah.
It's also very flat. Have you been outside the big cities in Denmark? It's very flat.
Yes. It's like 170 meters is the highest place in Denmark.
Yes, it is pathetic.
Yeah.
Truly. So what about your girlfriend? From here then, or?
She came here with me from Hungary.
Oh wow! Yeah, you
Yeah.
dragged her here.
She wanted to study abroad as well, and
Okay.
I decided that it will be Denmark.
Okay, awesome. So if you sometimes have a bad day, do you have something that you enjoy doing that makes you feel better if you're feeling bad or something like that?
I usually play video games when I have free time or I feel down.
Yeah.
Or go somewhere to eat, like stress eating.
Yeah. Like go somewhere to eat?
Usually yes.
What kind of video games do you play?
My favorite genre is Souls games. So I like difficult games.
Yeah. You like it? You like the challenging part of it, or?
Yes.
Do you
It's
like
real-
you like to be punished in games?
Yes, but I really like the feeling when you overcome a difficult challenge, and it feels really rewarding. That yeah, I tried and tried and tried again, and now I got good enough to beat that part.
Yeah. So when you're telling me when you're having a bad day, you go to you go through a really hard challenge and then
Yes,
you feel better.
yes, I play the really stressful games, and then I feel less stressful.
Do you think it's like when people watch horror movies when they feel sad, like
Yeah,
then
they feel alone and they watch horror movies and they will not feel alone anymore.
Oh, at least I'm not in that situation. Like, yeah, it could be worse. Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. Do you have like any aspirations somewhere, like when you're done with all this crazy courses, studying? Like, where do you see yourself ending up in life?
Right now I feel like I would stay here in Denmark, but I want to travel the world. I really like to know cultures better and see different countries. One of my big point in my bucket list is Asian countries.
How come?
I don't know. They, well, the main country is Japan. They feel that much different in their culture that I don't know, want to try it.
It's like the curiosity thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So you like it because it's very different.
Yes.
That draws you in. That appeals to you. Yeah, that makes sense. Any specific place or part of Japan that you want to see? Or?
That's a good question. I want to try the hot springs there.
Oh yeah.
That would feel really good right now. Just sit. in
Maybe
a
I
hot
should
tub.
get like a hot spring instead of a couch for this
Yeah.
for this segment. I don't know if I would get people to join me there, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the future.
There was
Great.
a lot of people down by the docks in swimsuits, so maybe they would join you.
Okay, awesome. Well, shit. Thank you so much for talking to me today. Is there anything else you wanna say to the world? Maybe your girlfriend wants to say something to the world.
What kind of video will be this?
It will be the kind of video where we sit in a couch and talk about life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's for YouTube. Yeah.
Hello world. Yeah, that's how I start my new programming languages as well. Get out there and try something new. You will feel better, I guess.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you as well.
Yeah. Have an awesome day.
You too.
All right. I've been here for an hour now. I'm a bit tired. I have to go home, eat some food. But yeah, thanks to everyone who came by and talked about their life. I really appreciate it. And yeah, find me around town. I'll be back. Box Pop signing out. Thank you.